think I'm running. I'll be on Mad Dog Sports Radio at 1 o'clock. You can find me.
Running from what?
Because they'll come at me, Skip. I can't deal with Stephen A, Uncle Tom, Sellout, all of this other stuff, because I'm talking about what we're doing that not only contributes to our own demise, but in no way replicates the people who have made sacrifices for us long before me and Ryan ever got here.
Can you give us a specific on that?
What do you mean?
On things that you don't like that are being done that undermine what has been accomplished?
Well, I think the way we carry ourselves, I think the way, you know, when you see some of this stuff that goes on with reality TV, I mean, I'm looking at black women on TV spitting in each other's faces and fighting and doing all of that stuff. I'm looking at brothers just doing things I can't even repeat on the air. I can't believe it got on the air. You know, and it is in no way indicative, not only of pre-civil rights movement period, it's also not indicative of how we were raised.
I think the larger part of that too as well though is it's just being put on TV.
Right.
Growing up where you grew up, growing up where I grew up, you see that. Mm-hmm. So the bigger part of it, if we want to change the perception that's being put out because some of these things get filmed, right, or because they get talked about, even in situations like Greg Hardy's involved in, exactly, all of that sets us back.
Right.
And the bigger issue is not about what you do on TV. It's not about where you take a stand. It's about when Stephen A goes talk to 25 young kids, young black kids. When I'm called to a camp in Louisiana and I got things to do, and I say, you know what, I'm going to take this 20 minutes and go talk to them. Those things don't need to be promoted, but those things need to be done.
Right.
And so the larger issue is these women or these situations where you're saying people are spitting in each other's faces or doing things on TV, they're doing them anyway. Well, they just found a way to. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're correct. But I'm saying we have to get into the fabric of our communities to change those things. And people don't. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, and people don't want to go do that.
But I'm not. I don't. And I appreciate that. But I'm not challenging what you're saying. I'm simply pointing out that we can't stop there and say, well, it's just on TV, Skip, Molly. Because here's the deal. Yes, it's on TV. Yes, we need to focus on the powers that be that promote and put it on TV. Because you can go to somebody that's a bit, come from an impoverished background that ain't making but so much money, and you throw this money in the face and you call it reality TV, but you're dictating what they do for the cameras, etc., etc. But at the same time, you also know what you're doing, how it will be projected. The difference is you got to ask yourself how much you care or you don't care. One of the things that I do, Skip, I got a lot of friends in this business. One of the people that I listen to every morning, I do listen to the Sean Hannity, just like I watch CNN, just like I watch Chris Matthews. But I also listen to Joe Madison on Sirius XM, the Black Eagle. I also listen to my girl Karen Hunter on Sirius XM. She comes on every day now from 3 to 6. I listen to folks from my community who are spewing the kind of things that I'm saying on a far more knowledgeable basis because it's what they do every day. How many of these kids out there listening to them? How much of these folks out there are getting guidance from them? I learn from Ryan every day. I'm sure he might learn something from me here or there or whatever. But the mission is the same. The problem is that we talk about it and we look at something like this, and I admire Jonathan Butler. It's not about him. Yeah. He's unbelievable, and so are those football players. My problem is I don't want other folks looking at that situation from our community and think, okay, we get to cry about racism with everything. No, you do not. In some instances, it's valid, and in some instances, it's not. You have to go about the business of pounding your pavement. Jonathan Butler had a very viable argument, and he exercised it exceptionally well. Some of us, a few of us, don't have that argument, but we'll try to use it as an excuse anyway to blame somebody else for keeping them down, as opposed to pounding the pavement, putting on your bootstraps, putting in the hard work and doing what you have to do and not looking at yourself as the victim, because we have a future generation to think about, and that future generation doesn't need to have any kind of crutch because the world ain't gonna hear them.
All right.